I've been at uni for a whole year now, and in that time I've had some really incredible experiences. I've had some struggles too, literally because I just didn't really know what I was doing most of the time. I think I dealt with most of my situations quite well, but there's definitely a few things I wish I did know before I actually went to uni. So let's start with the things I thought benefited me in the long run. I'm the kind of person, if you pack for a holiday like 2 days before you're actually going, I did the same when I was moving away from the first time, obviously. So I gathered together a few boxes, started putting stuff in that I knew I would be taking and wouldn't need straight away, so like kitchen supplies and stuff, for example. Started packing that away. I made myself lists so I knew I wouldn't forget anything. Lists are good for like last minute stuff, so you make sure that you're not forgetting anything. Generally really organised, really on top of everything, so you know you're not forgetting anything, leaving anything behind that you might need, and it just helps you be more relaxed and at ease in the whole moving in process. Open your student bank account before you actually get to uni. As a student, you definitely should have a student account just because it offers you more perks than if you were just using a regular account. Some will have a higher overdraft rate, or I think some have like Amazon Prime memberships and stuff like that. So just look around and find what the best one for you would be. I was quite frugal with my money, and I'm not just talking about not going out on the weekends or not buying a new outfit when I feel like it or something like that, because I definitely did. And really, I had the excess money to be able to do that because I saved money elsewhere. When it came to furnishing my flat, I looked at second-hand places. I even looked in charity shops to find most of my kitchenware. I mean, if you don't mind second-hand, it was so cheap. I think I managed to deck up my whole kitchen for like less than a £5. It was absolutely mad. So that was really great. And in terms of food, go to the cheapest supermarket that you can find. Don't rely on Tesco Express. They are everywhere, and I know it's so convenient, but if you want to save money, Tesco Express is really expensive. And if you're living quite close to the university, so in University Locks or Jennings Court, there's a Morrison's about a 25-minute walk away, which is really great. I had an old lady trolley. I'm not joking, I had an old lady trolley. I used to take that shopping with me just because it was way easier than obviously carrying a load of bags. You just wheel it along, and a 25-minute walk's no problem. So if you are going to do that, granny trolleys are great investment. Thoroughly recommend a granny trolley. I also bought a lot of goods off of the market. The market is right next to the Bullring, and it's so cheap for all of your fresh meat and veg. I used to go there all the time. So great. I mean, you can get like a whole bag full of like pears for £1. It's so good. I called my mum a lot. I know that sounds a bit, you know, mummy's girl or whatever, but seriously, do it, because you've left the nest for the first time. She's really upset about it. At least give her a little bit of peace of mind. Let her know that you're having a good time, you've made some mates, you've settled in, you're doing well on your course. Don't tell her about all the other stuff, but you know, at least reassure her that you're having a good time. And for me, it kind of just helped settle my nerves, because you know, it was somebody to talk to when I didn't really have any friends to begin with. And it kind of helps beat the homesickness when that kicks in. It doesn't at first, but you know, when it does, call your mum, because she's missing you. Obviously at university, and you want to do well on your course, and you want to go out and you want to party a lot. That is what university's for. Feel free to do those things, obviously. But I just think it's also a fantastic opportunity to find volunteering opportunities, for example, or find some part-time work that's related to the course you're doing, some kind of project that you can get behind. You can also sign yourself up to societies, which is a really great way to meet people and make friends and have some fun and do something that you're really interested in. I definitely should have read more and looked into and checked out more of the different accommodations that were on offer. When I went to an open day, I only got to look around one of the accommodations just because I didn't really have time. But if you do have time, I really recommend looking around your options and seeing as many of the accommodation places as you can, just so you can make the most informed decision about where you're staying. I know there's a lot of Facebook groups out there for like BCU freshers or Room Finder or something like that, and just ask what people say, ask what the perks are of different places, ask what the cons are of different places. I should have thought about where I was staying this year way sooner than I did. Finding a flat was a really daunting task for me, simply because it was just something I'd never done before. We wanted to stay as close to the city centre as we possibly could, just because it's convenient for nights out or travelling to uni every day and stuff. But because we left it so late, all of the affordable places in the city centre weren't available anymore. So we were forced to go slightly out of the city centre. So make sure that you are looking for your accommodation quite early on in the year. I think some people say as early as December. So yeah, start looking soon because it will benefit you in the long run. I wish I'd connected with more people on my course before I actually moved to Birmingham. So I did actually manage to find a few people in my accommodation on Facebook before I moved to Birmingham. But I kind of wish that I'd tried to find people that were actually on my course before I moved, simply because when it came to that first day, I was really nervous. I didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to say, and it did make me feel really anxious. So if you can, try and find people on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you use. Try and find people on your course or just who will be there, so you have somebody to talk to, somebody to get to know in your first weeks, because it will make you feel better. It'll make you feel like you've got a friend before you're even there. Overall, I've had an amazing experience at university so far, and I'm going to continue having an amazing experience. But I think if you can kind of minimise your stress and anxiety in the first few weeks, because that's really when I was having the most problems, then you're going to be fine. You're going to have an amazing time. So yeah, just make sure you're organised when you're getting ready to go, and make sure that you're trying to find friends and put yourself at ease in any way you can before you get there.